Hey Zombie Slayers, Jonathan here at Night Knowledge. Today we're looking at a 5-year-old game, Killing Floor 2. Why? Because it was free on the Epic Games Store this week. Say what you will about it, I appreciate the free games as there are quite a few games like Ark or For the King that I would have never even thought of trying. And it helps me avoid spending money on games that I'll utterly regret. Killing Floor 2 is one of those games on Steam that I have set to ignored, even though a ton of my Steam friends have over 100 hours into it. In today's video, I'll show you what you can expect in such a game and why I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Let's get started. I don't know what it was, whether it was the art style, how it seemed more nightmare-inducing, or just the crude name of the game, but I never had any interest in it. But to be honest, if they ever made a third Killing Floor, I'll be there on launch day, ready for day one, because it checks off a lot of boxes like being a first-person zombie horde game, it's cooperative, 6 players, tons of classes with unique ways of leveling them and selecting perks to make them special, tons of unique themed maps, voice comms, text chat, quick chat commands and emotes, unique bosses that are always faster than you at the end of each match that have random special abilities each time, a money mechanic that encourages healthy competition but also a way to share that money so the team can succeed. With that being said, it's not all perfect. Maybe it's the cross-play coding between Steam and the Epic Games servers, but the lag is pretty bad in nearly half the matches. It can take quite a while to find a server to join, and the game both crashes and freezes quite frequently. Going back to the topic of nightmare-inducing, this is one of the few games that I actually didn't play solo because I found it too scary when I was a newbie. Zeds always know where you are and would beeline to you. Some are slow and plodding, others speed up while injured, and some sprint constantly. They were numerous, and there isn't always enough ammo for you. And while there is a melee class, it isn't usually a good idea at later levels or at higher difficulties. Each time I played solo, I would play a wave or two and just exit because it was overwhelming. Unlike other games like Zombie Army 4 or World War Z, where it's heavy story-based, it's less so with Killing Floor 2 in my opinion. There is a small story with each mission, but they don't seem to be connected with each other. Each match of survival follows the same flow. Do the objective, and kill all the zombies, and survive to the next round. The more you contribute, aka killing enemies, the more money you'll earn. And between levels, you'll be able to buy from an AI vendor weapons, ammo, grenades, and body armor. At the end of either 4, 7, or 10 waves, there will be a boss that you'll face off against, and usually at a lower health threshold, it'll spawn minions to distract you. There are 9 unique characters you can play with, and even more cosmetics, both free and paid to stand out more. There are 10 classes called perks in the game, with very unique ways of playing them. As discussed before, between waves, you can spend your earned money to buy weapons for these classes. You can buy a weapon that a class doesn't typically use and be totally effective with it, but you won't actually gain experience for that class and actually earn experience for another class instead. Every time you level, you'll also be gaining passive bonuses to damage or damage resistance. The bonuses to weapons are typically tied to your class weapon. So a Berserker will gain bonuses to their Berserker weapons, which are typically all melee, while the SWAT class will gain bonuses to their SMG class weapons. The Survivalist class actually gets a bonus to weapon damage to all weapons, but it'll be lower than any other class that specializes in it. I really enjoy the levels, and you get a bit of time between the zombie slaying and running for your life to enjoy the scenery. It's very horror-esque, but also comedic in their art style and asset placement. You'll have your typical farm level with the farmhouse and the barn, and then go to a gothic castle that's been decorated like a death punk dance club. Some unique features of the game, which I haven't really seen in other games, include welding doors to slow down enemies, being able to repair them with certain classes, or even booby-trapping them. Certain classes like the Demolitionist or the Support allows you to interact with them once per wave to get an additional grenade or more ammo, and are totally welcome in every match, like the Field Medic, who is a very effective ranged healer. While Zombie Army 4 encourages competition through match scoring, it's very possible that strong players can demoralize their party members by racking up huge points and kill stealing. Killing Floor 2 always has enemies coming from every single direction, meaning there will be enemies for each player. A successful team will be one that can handle each direction they're coming from and be balanced. A big part of the game is about teamwork, so although someone might be earning more money than others, they have the ability to throw money on the ground if someone is short on funds. When players start getting headshots, it'll turn to bullet time, called Z time, essentially slowing down the game for everyone and allowing more precise shots for everyone. It's a great time to thin the horde, but also do a quick check behind you to make sure nothing is sneaking up on you. Speaking of sneaking up, this game is dark, light-wise. The game provides you a flashlight that seems to be underutilized in normal difficulty at least, but is extremely helpful in finding and targeting enemies. This is the first zombie game which actually has a battery for your flashlight, so you have to turn it off to recharge it once in a while. So I think that's enough gushing about the game. As I said previously, it's not perfect, with the sometimes bad lag, having to wait a long time for a match to load, and the freezing and crashing on a near top-of-the-line computer. It seems like players also can easily and unwarrantedly kick you from the servers as well. Let me know in the comments below whether you've played the Killing Floor 2 and what classes you enjoy. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Check out the rest of my channel for other videos on zombie games, video games, board games, and other fun things. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.